Peter Obi's Labour Party, a contest between the old and the new, tradition versus transition, youths versus the elderly. Peter Obi's coming to the ring has indeed raised many questions. Ken is also keen in ensuring that Peter Obi wins at the presidential poll. I mean Kenneth Okonkwo, a popular film actor and a spokesperson for Labour Party. He is my guest today, so stay back as we dissect the chances before Labour Party in the elections. I am Mie Ogede. Welcome. So joining me in the studio is the spokesman to the Labour Party and the film actor Kenneth Okonkwo. Welcome to Political Update.
Thank you very much, and thank you viewers at home for joining us.
You know, when you ask some politicians from the other side of the divide, they will always tell us you have no structure. Your party has no structure, and that is going to be a great setback during the elections. Are you comfortable with that, or you have the structure and they are just trying to use that against you?
Well, let us first of all acknowledge that our beloved country is now on a high-speed train racing to extreme misery, racing towards extreme poverty, racing towards extreme degradation and deprivation for the citizens, and of course, racing towards state collapse. It is staring us in the face. So when these people talk about structure, you can see the structure that they have, where it has taken us to as a nation. Structure of criminality, structure of incompetence, structure of corruption, structure of insecurity, structure of impunity. Now, let me tell you something. Senator Dati Baba Ahmed will always tell you, when the killing stops, the healing will start. But you cannot talk about healing a nation when you have not analyzed the pathology of it. This country is sick, and it requires a surgical operation by competent people of capacity who have character. This is what Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed has come to do. As a matter of fact, their emergence is to satisfy the yearning of Nigerians for a new beginning.
Okay.
So the structure that they are saying was already there.
Okay, so how would you going to address? We have highlighted some of the problems.
Yeah.
The question Nigerians will ask always, how? How?
Very good. Let us first of all start with their manifesto, which is our pact with Nigerians, creating a new Nigeria. Let us start with their commitment to offer honest and competent leadership to deliver on their 7 priority areas, which is, of course, you may have heard, securing Nigeria by ending banditry, insurgency, and terrorism, and uniting Nigeria by making sure that you're leaving nobody behind. Shifting emphasis from consumption to production through production-centered economy, driven by agrarian revolution and export-oriented industrialization. Then you're talking about restructuring the polity through effective and institutional reforms to aggressively fight corruption, entrench rule of law, and ensure the establishment of honest and efficient civil service.
So how would you achieve that? How?
Good. Let me take the issue of security.
Yeah.
There are 7 areas. Then let me concentrate so that I will take you on A, B, C on how they will do it.
Okay.
1, they will activate all the international cooperation and regional arrangements. Nigeria is a very unique country. The last country in West Africa and the beginning of the Central Africa. So you're dealing with 2 regional blocks. So you have to ensure that all the regional protocols, in order to secure our borders from these countries neighboring us, Republic of Benin, Niger, Chad, and then Cameroon in the Central African Republic. So they will reactivate and activate all of them. Secondly, they will increase the personnel of the armed forces, increase their number. As you can see, we are 200 million persons, and we are only manned by a police force that is about 300 and...
But currently they're recruiting 10,000 yearly.
I'm coming to that. They will increase the personnel, they will properly equip them, they will properly fund them, and they will deploy state-of-the-art technology. We are in a technological state. Then again, they will recreate community relations between the community and the security forces to build public trust and build national intelligence. That's human intelligence that will help the security forces to do their work. So you're talking about properly manned, properly equipped, and properly funded police force and the security agencies in order to carry their force.
And one of your major areas your party is looking at is production
from consumption to production. That is the main thing.
And agriculture currently, even the government is embarking on agricultural revolution. So what different approach will you take to achieve that?
First of all, when you're talking about shifting emphasis from consumption to production, you're talking about utilizing our huge investment in arable land, huge endowment. Look at us. We have 923,000 square meter of arable land. Only 2.5% has been cultivated. How do you do it? Mechanization. You mechanize. And when you mechanize, what do you do next? You increase access to finance to these farmers. Then you provide materials for them, like seedlings. Then you educate them. When you introduce new things, you educate the farmers so that they will move into the next technology.
So what is the difference between this, your new approach, and that of the anchor borrower that is already on? Will you adopt a different approach?
You're talking about social corruption scheme. When I'm talking about investment, do not punctuate me with the sad situation this government has put us in. You saw them displaying pyramids, purportedly rice, and you cannot buy the rice except you pay 40-something thousand naira per bag. That is pyramids of poverty. We are talking about investment. Investing in men, materials, and money. We are talking about transforming agriculture and making it technologically driven through the application of scientific and technological innovations to create digital economy. I want to tell you something. This government of Peter Obi and Dati, they want to enhance the human capital of the Nigerian youths for productivity and global competitiveness through world-class research and scholarship, through quality health care and entrepreneurship education. That is vocational education.
That is quite interesting manifesto you have there, but we'll still come back. Parties like they are still battling with the issues of recognition by INEC, and I think even NNPP, they have similar situations. Do you have any within the party in terms of, because you have to have a good home before you can even have that, extend that to the public. So are you having internal party crisis, or if you don't, how do you manage them?
Well, first of all, Labour has shown itself to be the most unified party, at least around the candidacy of Peter Obi. Nobody in Labour Party has ever said anything contrary to the fact that there is unanimity amongst the whole Nigerians that Obi should be the next president. And you see, the beauty of Obi's own case is that he's becoming a Nigerian phenomenon. Nigerians want a new thing. People from APC, PDP, people from all other parties, they are doing Obi at the presidential level. And you can take my word from it. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. When I was coming in today, some group people, some people met me on the road and they were shouting, say Obifa, say Obifa. I didn't even understand what it means. But because they are smiling, I now interpreted it that it's part of the movement towards enthroning a new Nigeria. Hausa man.
But it seems you have a great setback in Jigawa State. The governorship candidate and entire House of State Assembly members defected to PDP. Is that a challenge to your party? APC rather. Is that a challenge?
That was, you know why I'm laughing? That was a structure that the APC in the state set up in the first place. Immediately Obi went into Labour. It happened in some areas in the southeast too. Some of the governors rushed to take over the structure of Labour Party. So waiting at the appropriate time to tell them to move back to where they belong, so that there will be an appearance as if they are defecting to Labour. Can you imagine the quality of a gubernatorial candidate who said it was when he was going around Jigawa, when he was campaigning as the LP candidate, that he discovered the infrastructure in his state that made him to now go back to the governor, meaning at his age and political awareness, he never even knew that there were infrastructures in his own state. So can you imagine the quality of such a person?
That technically means it's not a loss to your party.
No.
We are time. Time is never a friend, and people like you politicians, even 3 hours might not be enough. So your last lines.
Well, my last line is that Nigeria is a great country, the pride of the black race on earth, the most populous country in Africa, blessed with human, material, and money. Blessed in every angle. But our problem is one thing: elite capture, incompetent and dishonest leadership. We have opportunity now in 2023 to make a new Nigeria. I want to tell you, whoever votes for a corrupt politician is no longer a victim but an accomplice. We must change this country for the better. We must change these incompetent leaders and then vote for Peter Obi for a new beginning.
Thank you very much, because if I allow you go on, you can go on till even 6 p.m. And that is the much we can take on today's edition on Political Update. Always do remember to tune in every Tuesday and Friday, same time, same station, for the latest in the world of politics as we count down to the 2023 general elections. My name is Mie Ogede. Have a fabulous Tuesday.